If you're trying to become a data analyst, stop learning Python. Yep, I said it, because most of you are wasting months learning a skill that won't actually get you your first job. Not as fast, not as effectively, and definitely not in the way that you think. In this video, I'm going to explain why Python isn't the shortcut you think it is, and what you should be learning instead to get you hired 3 to 5 times faster. Let's talk about the part nobody tells you. So hi, if you're new, my name is Zazo. I am currently a senior data analyst at a Fortune 100 company, and previously I've worked in software engineering. So here's the thing that most beginners don't understand about becoming a data analyst. Python is not a data analyst unlock. It's a power up for after you're already in the field. When I talk to new data analysts or, that want to come into the field, they tell me the same thing, right? I'm learning Python. I'm doing a Python roadmap. I'll start applying once I finish learning Python. And that's a trap, because Python is a deep general purpose software engineering language, and it takes months to get comfortable with. And you won't even use 90% of what you learn in a data analyst job. And you want to know the kicker? Most entry-level analyst roles don't require Python at all. You know what they do require? It's not glamorous, but it gets you hired. So let me tell you something, one of these hard truths about data analytics or becoming a data analyst. Companies hire analysts to answer business questions, not to write beautiful Python code. So it's not the tool that matters, the insights are what matter. If you open 100 job postings today, here's what actually shows up: SQL or SQL, Excel, something like Power BI, Tableau, or even Looker, which are data visualization platforms, communication, knowing how to tell a story with data. Python is usually a nice to have or a bonus skill, or somewhere buried beneath all the other stuff in a job posting. But the top 3 skills that get you hired fast are SQL, dashboards, and being able to think in the context of the business you are working for. And that's the triangle. The analysts making 85 to 120K, they're not coding in Python all day. They're solving problems, business problems with data. So if you want to become a data analyst fast, here's the blueprint. Step 1 is going to be master SQL. This is the real language of data analysts. This is how 90% of your job works. You're going to be pulling data from different data sources, cleaning data, joining data, and exploring data. It's simple, it's powerful, it will get you interviews faster than anything else. Step 2, become dangerous with a business intelligence tool or data visualization tool. So I would recommend just picking one. Usually these are transferable over, the other. It's just a little bit of a learning curve. Power BI, Tableau, or Looker Studio. Those are the 3. Obviously, you can look at a job posting for a company you might want to look for and look specifically on what they use and go with that. It really isn't that hard. Pick one, stay with it, and that's it. Learn how to create a dashboard that tells a story, and this is what hiring managers care about. This proves you can think like an analyst would. So the next thing is you're going to build portfolio projects. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, yeah, let me pull up my Python notebook and start writing it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do no more Kaggle, the Titanic survival rate type of stuff. I just did that to see what it was about. But real projects like a sales performance dashboard, marketing channel attribution, customer churn analysis, and some operational bottleneck analysis. These are the type of things that will make you stand out when building portfolio projects because they solve real problems. So number 4, learn Python after you get the job. Get paid for learning Python, because now it can boost your income. Now it opens doors for different roles and positions: data engineering, analytics engineer, data science, things like that. Now it makes sense. Now you know why you're learning it and what reasons within the business it can be used to further the business. So now I'm going to give you why Python feels like it's progress. So let's be honest, learning Python feels productive. All right. You get lines of code, you complete tutorials, you solve challenges, and the dopamine says that I'm improving. But hiring managers don't care about how many Python scripts you've written. They simply want to know, can you turn messy data into simple answers that saves the company money or that makes the company money? And if you can't do that, Python will not save you. And if you can do that, you can get hired without Python. So when I first started in data analytics, I was coming from a software engineering background and I already had knowledge of other programming languages. So I thought that Python I would be able to use, as when I got on the job. I didn't know Python initially, so I started to kind of refresh and kind of learn before the interviews and before I got hired. But what I realized is, and I think I had 3 different interviews, and what I realized is Python didn't show up in any of them. But what did show up in them is, at the time, it was SQL, which luckily coming from a software engineering background, I had worked with a lot already. So that might have been one of the advantages I had. Power BI, Tableau, which I actually did not have I had no experience in them, but luckily the hiring manager had a lot of faith because I could actually solve real world business problems because there was a lot of those types of questions. I think that's really what put me over the edge. It wasn't Python whatsoever. Knew I could solve problems. We spoke through different problems and we discussed more or less. It was a business conversation rather than speaking about Python and all these different things and these coding challenges that I could do with Python. So it was definitely more SQL, dashboards, which I hadn't done yet, and storytelling, which I actually was pretty good at. Little did I know, I was pretty good at, according to the manager that hired me. So if you can master those 3 things, the interviews become easier, offers come faster, and everything just quite simply changes once you have those. It makes it a lot easier to get in the door. So here's the thing. If you want to become a data analyst fast, stop hiding behind Python and you're learning Python and you haven't applied because you don't know Python. Learn the skills that actually get you hired. Simply SQL, dashboards, communication, problem solving. Then once you're in, use Python to level up, automate your work, increase your value. And if you want me to make a video on breaking down exactly which type of portfolio projects you can do to give you some ideas, drop it in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Love, peace, and chicken grease. I'll see you on the next one.